closing statements, gentlemen, starting with Senator Rubens. 1 minute each, please. You are politicians, but please be concise.
There are only 100 United States senators serving our country, and there are only 2 in New Hampshire. And we've got one of them is a placeholder right now, and there's a primary going on right now. The purpose of the primary, the Democrats don't have a primary. They got their placeholder, they're fine with it. The reason we have a primary on our Republican side is that so the voters of this state, the Republican primary voters, can look at the difference between the candidates. 3 of us are running. And what I offer to the voters is I offer the ability to think carefully about stuff, to wrap my mind around incredibly difficult, complex problems. We didn't get to talk about Iraq. We've talked just tiny details about our healthcare system. A thoughtful person, a person who can lead, as I've shown that I can do, to get not just no. This is not just about voting no. And again, as I said at the beginning, this is going to be necessary, but moving our country forward is going to require getting to yes on some stuff. Getting to yes is so much harder than getting to no. It requires explaining things. It requires bringing people aboard that you don't expect even to ever talk with. You need to find a bridge to bring them aboard. To get in the Senate, you've got to get to 60 to get anything done. That is incredibly hard work. I bring the talent of leadership, of communication, of vision, of wisdom, a lifetime of doing stuff in small business, of living in the state. My roots are here. I understand the people of this state. And I'm a statesman, and that's tough to brag about yourself, but these are tough to describe character, leadership, and statesmanship. These are hard things, but you can look at someone's life and you can see whether or not they have that stuff. We desperately need this now in the United States of America. These are not ordinary times. You cannot send another ordinary politician to Washington. I would not seek, and I do not seek to go to Washington to build a career or to get rich or to become a lobbyist. I do so for one reason, to save our country. We're perilously on the edge right now. And I bring my talents and skills and my incredible commitment to solving these problems back to you folks, and earnestly request for your support and your vote.
Well, my grandfather used to say, and yours probably did too, this is you guys, you're going to ruin the generation. It's just the word, you're just going to destroy America, you guys. You young people are really something. And, but today, it's true. It is true. People are saying they're afraid of their government. They're literally afraid of their government. When you hear about people being harassed for their beliefs, their political beliefs, when you hear about spying on American citizens, when the government takes your money and then uses it to take your freedoms away, this is serious business. And there are 3 groups of people that we owe the saving America to. One is the founders, are the founders. I guess it is the founders. You cannot underestimate what they did for us. They didn't do it. They didn't do it to have us just walk away from the situation we're in and let this country go down the drain. Believe me, the history is there, folks. No country has lasted as long as this one, or what maybe a little longer. Rome did, but every one of them has failed. I don't want that legacy. The second group are those people who fought and died and bled for this country for centuries, decades, to save it, to keep it free. And finally, for your posterity, for your kids, for your grandkids. I don't want to look them in the eye. I don't want them to read 100 years from now, hey, Granddad, he was there when we lost this country. I don't want them to read that. I'll be darned if I'm going to let them do that. That's why I'm back. And I mean what I say, and I will not, under any circumstances, cave on the principles that we need to stand up to save this country. And we need to stand up to them, folks. We need to stand up to them because they are under attack at every level. Federal, state, local, everywhere. Your values are under attack. Your principles are under attack. You can't even say things, and you're under attack. You can't even speak freely. It's awful, and we need to do something about it. And that's what I intend to do. That's the reason I'm running again. I don't have any aspersions on anybody else. I know what I've done. You know what I've done. Have I made mistakes? You bet. Anybody that hasn't, sail the stone up here, and I'll try to miss it. Look, we can change this country. We can change this country, but we don't change it by trying to say, well, let's just accommodate these people. We've got to get this. They're wrong, and we're right. It's that simple. They're wrong. Here's what it is, if you put me up there on the stage, like we're sitting here, with Gene Shaheen, first thing I'm gonna do is turn to her and say, Gene, you are wrong. You're a nice person, I like you, I don't have anything personal against you, and the worst thing we do is get angry at our opponents. Don't get angry, because they believe in what they believe. Are you gonna change your views? No, I'm not gonna change mine. I'm not gonna change my position on life, on guns, on regulation, on the fact that the Republican Party, conservative Republican Party, is the best party to govern our country. I'm not going to change my position, and I don't expect her to change hers. So point out to the American people where she's wrong, and beat her, and beat more of her all over the country, so that we can get control of the Senate again. And that's what I'll do. I promise you. If you put me there and let me debate her, I will go to the people. I'll guarantee you this: at the end of the debate, or debates, whatever we have, you'll know where I stand, and you'll know where she stands. And you can take your choice. But if you blur it in the middle, if you put somebody in there who is not a principled conservative, you will lose. And because you will not show the difference between the two sides. We must show the difference. We have to lead. Leadership, there's a price for leadership. A big price sometimes. It's not always just putting your finger to the wind and saying, okay, this is the way we're going to go because that's what the people want. Sometimes you have to lead and say, you know what? We have to go this way. You need to listen to me because we need to follow. You need to follow because this country's in bad shape. So give me the opportunity and I won't let you down. Thank you.
Gentlemen, thank you for your thoughtful answers, and thank you for being here above all, and we appreciate your time. And now I'd like to turn it over to Dan Dwyer.
GrokTV.